Anyway, each of us has faced sleep problems at some point. I spent some time studying this issue. I don't claim to possess the ultimate truth, meaning some things may come more from personal experience rather than information supported by numerous studies. I'll break it down into sections, but the sequence won't be based on importance but rather on how the information enters my mind. Let's dive in. The first thing to do is try to determine your sleep norm. Sleep consists of 4 phases, from light to deep, and this set of phases lasts about 1.5 hours, cyclically repeating. In a night, a person goes through multiple cycles. Some fortunate souls find 3 cycles per day sufficient, around 4.5 hours. Others are less lucky, with the norm being 5 cycles, 7.5 hours. There are even those for whom nature was sparing. I joke. But indeed, some individuals need more time for recovery. Their norm is 6 cycles, 9 hours. Important. Determine your norm and try not to sleep more or less than this norm. Oversleeping in a single night might prevent the body from getting tired during the day, leading to wakefulness at bedtime, demanding significant activities. Individual choices vary here. Ideally, it's best to have a singular sleep period and avoid daytime naps. However, due to work or other circumstances, it's crucial to follow your sleep norm, dividing it into several parts if necessary. Maintain consistency and do not sleep more or less. Control and adhere to your norm. Remember, you can intuitively determine your norm almost empirically by recalling times when you had no sleep issues. Once you've empirically established your norm, move forward. Second, in time. Sleep adores regularity and routine. It's necessary to go to bed at the same time. This is linked to the production of the hormone melatonin, which is produced in the pineal gland of the brain in response to darkness. While modern civilization has introduced changes with the use of electricity and abundant light over the last century, our evolution is slightly more traditional, embedding processes within our bodies over millennia. You can't go against nature. Melatonin is involved in regulating circadian rhythms, which include sleep and wake cycles. Its production usually increases in conditions of darkness when a person prepares for sleep. People usually experience the peak of melatonin activity during the night, approximately an hour or 2 before sleep. Disrupting the hormone's production cycle increases the likelihood of not falling asleep quickly. Set reminders on your phone an hour or so before bedtime, and set an alarm in the morning until your body establishes its internal clock. Third, as an addition to the previous point, light. Or rather, its absence. You go to bed at the same time, the hormones adapt, tightly curtain the windows, don't hesitate to use roller blinds, shutters, or even window shutters, ensuring maximum light absorption from the outside. Especially during daylight. An hour and a half before sleeping, engage in anything not related to light emission. Yes, it's mandatory to put away smartphone, television, laptop, any computer monitor, and all elements emitting light, especially bright and cool ones. Clarification, there is warm, neutral, and cool lighting, the latter stimulating the brain to work, not rest, and certainly not to sleep. Minimize lighting, use subdued light, night lights, or even candles, just make sure not to burn down the house. It's good to have warm, soft infrared lighting, especially in the colder seasons when there's a lack of vitamin D and sunlight. During this hour and a half, you can indulge in bath procedures. The water should be warm, not right before sleeping as it might invigorate. Engage in other body care procedures. You can introduce a massage if there are no volunteers. Don't worry, get a roller for my relaxation, a massage roller, or any other peculiar gadget. There are millions out there. Also, there's something called the Liapco applicator. With nails, needles, confidently add it to your routine or sleep preparation. And if you're not a sensitive person, you can try to fall asleep on it. Just don't harm yourself if you toss a lot in your sleep. Fourth. I'm not sure if it's worth discussing harmful habits, as they seem quite obvious, but sometimes even they might be overlooked, hence I'll briefly mention them in passing. Alcohol, yes, it can relax, dilate blood vessels, and lead a person into sleep. However, overdoing it with alcohol will definitely result in an unhealthy sleep or even its absence. Passing out on an alcohol-fueled head might occur, but although it might be deep, it's typically short and not at all healthy. Let's not aim for this, so we don't drink before sleep. I'm talking about alcohol if I forgot in this whole tirade what I'm discussing. Well, humor is essential. In this same point, cigarettes. Do I need to explain that toxins exit through the lungs, and the sleep-breathing rhythm is altered? Other narcotics and stimulating substances also fall under this category, as well as sweets, coffee, and teas containing a significant amount of caffeine, which are also excluded. For instance, for sensitive individuals, caffeine might have an effect for many hours, more than 6. The conclusion of this point is, it's preferable not to intake foreign substances with invigorating effects before sleep. All this can be replaced with chamomile tea with honey, but let's not consume too much liquid, as nobody excluded the nighttime bathroom visit. Although, a person sweats a lot, and the dosage might also be individual. Here, we can also include herbal pharmaceutical preparations, such as valerian tinctures, but let's not indulge in them too much. Constant use influences body odor. However, they are welcomed for regulating sleep cycles and hormones for a short period. Also, food falls into this category. We avoid heavy meals just before bedtime. But overall, dietary hygiene is an entirely different, extensive subject. 6th, the pole. When facing sleep problems, changing the direction of your head while sleeping could be helpful. The brain will be momentarily occupied with the new orientation, not concentrating on other mental processes. If possible, even moving the bed to a different location can make a difference. 7th, audio accompaniment. I'd exclude music unless it's white noise or something specifically capable of aiding relaxation and calming the mind. Slow rhythms, smooth melodies, and low frequencies tend to foster a conducive sleep atmosphere. Nature sounds, ambient music, or relaxation music often create a favorable environment for sleep. This might include music with frequencies ranging from 60 to 80 beats per minute, BPM, corresponding to the normal resting heart rate, 50 to 60 Hz. Special compositions geared towards relaxation and tranquility often incorporate low-frequency sounds such as quiet bass, drum beats, or natural sounds, establishing a soothing ambience. Other types of music could enhance mental and associative processes, particularly in individuals who engage in internal dialogue as part of their thinking process. People think differently, some possess a more vivid visual sequence, while others think in abstract terms, and some have a mixed type, or there are those who hardly project anything in their minds at all. An agitated mind is often a cause of insomnia, so it's essential to distract the brain from internal problems to prevent stress from accumulating. Reading light, fictional literature that captivates and distracts, creating an enveloping alternate world, is encouraged. It's important not to read from electronic devices emitting bright light and to avoid texts that require increased brain activity. We read, but we're not studying. Audiobooks can be a good option. This relaxation method often connects our consciousness with childhood memories when elders read us stories or fascinating tales. The best practice is to engage in audio accompaniment for a short period, up to 2 hours, as our brain won't rest if listening throughout the entire night. Last but not least, breathing. Inhale through your nose and exhale through your mouth, repeating it about 5 times. You can breathe a bit deeper, but without getting extreme, there's no need to lose consciousness. The choice of sleep position or side predominantly depends on individual preferences and comfort. However, medical recommendations suggest that sleeping on the left side might have specific health benefits. This position promotes better digestion and reduces the possibility of acid reflux from the stomach. Personally, I might lie on my back, take a few deep breaths, listen to an audiobook, or focus on the third eye, trying to clear my mind as much as possible. Then, I'd switch to sleeping on my side, using several pillows. When turning over, I place my head on a higher pillow, and I might even put a pillow under the upper leg if sleeping on the left side. I might have missed other things, such as daytime outdoor activities and more, but I believe I've covered the essentials related to sleep. Wishing you the best of luck. Have a peaceful night and sweet dreams.